I'm Father Gray, and this is a St. Mary's Sunday. On the day of Pentecost, the Church recognizes the arrival of the Holy Spirit among us, but not just among us. This Holy Spirit, who is God whom we celebrate, is rather spectacular and broad and everywhere. On Pentecost Sunday, we hear this reading from the Acts of the Apostles. When the time for Pentecost was fulfilled, they were all in one place together, and suddenly there came from the sky a noise like a strong, driving wind, and it filled the entire house in which they were. Then there appeared to them tongues as of fire, which parted and came to rest on each one of them. And they were all filled with the Holy Spirit and began to speak in different tongues as the Spirit enabled them to proclaim. Now there were devout Jews from every nation under heaven staying in Jerusalem. At this sound, they gathered in a large crowd, but they were confused because each one heard them speaking in his own language. They were astounded, and in amazement they asked, "Are not all these people who are speaking Galileans? Then how does each of us hear them in his native language? We are Parthians, Medes, and Elamites, inhabitants of Mesopotamia, Judea and Cappadocia, Pontus and Asia, Phrygia and Pamphylia, Egypt and the districts of Libya near Cyrene, as well as travelers from Rome, both Jews and converts to Judaism, Cretans and Arabs. Yet we hear them speaking in our own tongues of the mighty acts of God." The word of the Lord. At Pentecost, we celebrate the coming of the Holy Spirit, but this Holy Spirit who appears with the apostles in a way of great preaching of the mighty acts of God is not just something that occurs with the people. The Holy Spirit is the creator spirit, this thing that gives life and light through all the world. When we see the Holy Spirit, we see him in the world, in creation. This is the life that is around us. We see this Holy Spirit, yes, also very much alive in the church, enlivening and making strong the people in the church, the mission of the church, the word of preaching, these mighty acts of God that the apostles carried on that first Pentecost, that marvelous event that caused so many people to believe in the resurrection of Christ. The Holy Spirit is also in our hearts, dwelling in us. The Holy Spirit lives with us, and we prepare our hearts for him, that there will be a suitable place for him, that there will be a place of welcome for him. And the Holy Spirit dwells also in our actions, in our words, in the things that we do. Because the Holy Spirit envelops all the world, we can easily forget him. Because the Holy Spirit is always with us, it's easy to turn aside. Yet the Holy Spirit stays with us and fills our life with many graces. As we go through our lives, let us share these graces with others. On this Pentecost, in our church, those who were to have received the sacraments at Easter are doing so. They are being baptized. They are being confirmed. They are being welcomed into that body which is the Catholic Church. The Holy Spirit is very much with them. Let us give thanks to God for that. And let us ask the Holy Spirit to pour upon them many graces, that their conversion, like ours, will continue and be fruitful and truly show the Holy Spirit at work in the world, in our church, in our hearts, in all of us.